Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys. If you have a BMW, you need to replace valve cover gasket. You have an oil leak from the valve cover gasket guys, and you have a BMW F30, F31 or F34. This is a 3 Series BMW from year 2012 to year 2019. We'll cover everything from start to finish. Make sure you stay until the end. Another thing, I'm going to share something that can save you $5,000 to $10,000 on that BMW guys, so make sure you stay until the end because there is a weak spot for certain years, and I want to explain a little bit about that as we go. Now, before we start, if you need to buy a new gasket, parts, tools, valve cover, we will share the links in the description of the video below, and you can see where we get all our tools and parts from for a really good price and quick shipping as well. Number two, we'll guys make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos on every single car we get at the shop, but specifically on this BMW, this generation, we'll have close to 500 videos. Why we do that? Simply because guys, our mission here at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Hopefully guys, hopefully you will find the information helpful, and we'll be able to save you more money in the long run as well. So let's explain what we have here. We'll need to remove the valve cover. We'll need to remove the whole valve cover assembly in order to get to the gasket. That's what your engine will look like. Weak spot on those guys, timing chains. Okay, and guides that break, timing chain guides that break, timing chain that stretches, and we fix multiple ones. For instance, we have this one right here that failed. Recently we replaced it, everything came out in pieces. We were lucky, we were able to save the engine, but we have a special video that explains about the weak spots on that timing chain, and that repair can be $5,000 to $10,000. You can do it on your own. We have the complete video on the channel. It's called BMW N20 timing chain replacement. I'll put the link in the description of the video below. So let's go ahead and start on the valve cover gasket removal now. So now guys, okay, in order to remove the air filter box, now you gotta stay until the end, because if you don't do something right, okay, you can damage your air filter box, and that will cost you quite a bit of money. Many people actually break that connection right there, vacuum connection, and that could be expensive things to fix. So remove your engine cover. It has 3 rubber bushings, one on this side, okay, and then it slides out this way at the same time. Okay, perfect, like that. Now what you're going to do, you're going to remove that cover all the way guys, all the way. Pull that thing out, okay, perfect. And you can see that hose right here, okay, that hose right here will actually need to be removed guys. So this hose is the one that we need, and remember how it goes under the wires, okay, that's the hose that we need. That way you're not going to break your little thing. And when you're removing it, careful not to break that tab here. It's super simple to do it, and if you break it guys, okay, you will need to replace your valve cover, and we'll have the video and the link where you can buy one guys, so check it out if that happens. So disconnect that hose that goes, okay, through the air filter box. Check it out, perfect. And you can see now, okay, what else we need to do. We need to go ahead, okay, gently pull the hose out, and here guys we need to disconnect the hose and that hose, the intake hose, and we need to disconnect the wiring harness for the mass airflow sensor. You press right here, you pull it out, perfect. Now we just have that hose that we need to disconnect right here with a flathead screwdriver. So if you guys need help with anything, don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. Perfect. This one is coming loose. Okay, let's see if it's loose enough. Probably it is. Now what you will need to do at that point, you have 3 rubber bushings, 1, 2, 3. Grab and pull it up, okay, with 2 hands, so that way you don't break your box. Okay, almost came out. This one is a little bit tighter due to the fact, okay, it does come out, but it's just a bigger tap right here. Perfect. Okay, it came out. Now right here guys, okay, we'll need to come a little bit, okay, let me see how up it just slides up. That's where it sucks the air, okay, from the kidneys. Okay, now this hose is still holding here, so it looks like okay, it's still not coming off. Okay, this hose is still having some tension on the box. So let me come this way a little bit. Okay, and see. Okay, I think we need to get the screwdriver and just pry it out gently. Careful not to break it. Grab it. Now that hose is going to come out. That's a piece that can break easily. Okay, and this one has been repaired in the past. So we'll have a video actually on the channel how to fix that one if that happens. Always cover your intake side. Okay, right here, and you can see the air filter box came out of there just like that. So next step, what do we need to do? Okay, let's explain here now. We need to actually get that cable out. Okay, let me see where that cable goes. Okay, all the way through here. And what cable is this one actually? It goes... Okay, I'm trying to see where it goes. That's a positive, looks like it's a positive cable. Yep, so it will be actually even a good idea, guys, if you disconnect your car battery. Okay, so you actually don't cause any damage if you wiggle wire out, positive wire, not attach it to ground or anything like that. On these modern vehicles, it really matters how you disconnect the car battery, which terminal you disconnect and reconnect first. Otherwise you can end up paying thousands of dollars in damages, and we've done that, believe us. So we're going to remove, okay, we have here a few nuts that you just turn very little, okay, very little, and it will start coming loose. Okay, you can see they're like clips. Let's turn them on the other side. You can see they're clips, guys. Okay, they stick out, and here if you pay attention, okay, if you pay attention, there is a thing where it aligns, okay, for locked and unlocked. Okay, so right here and here as well, and ours, this one, it should be the other way. We just jumped it, so we need to actually take care of that. You can see if it's locked, okay, that's fine. If it's locked, they point towards each other. If it's unlocked, they will be 90 degrees off. Perfect. Now we need to actually do the same thing, okay, to the other side now. So again, okay, let's see which way we go. Counterclockwise. Yep, counterclockwise. You go 90 degrees, guys, on these nuts. Perfect. And we'll be able to lift this one up as well. You can see, and you can come to your window motor here. The ABS module, all that is here. Brake fluid, okay, you can see window motor, brake fluid, brake booster, ABS, traction control module. You have a vacuum line for the brakes right here, and quite a few things. So now let's remove, okay, a few more things here. We need to remove that so we can actually get to the bolts for the support bar here. Okay, we need to see what else we need to do. Here we need to get a big Torx wrench, and right here we'll need to open these caps, okay, with a screwdriver somehow. Okay, and we have a big, okay, you can see a big bolt with a Torx, a reverse Torx actually, there as well. So the two caps are out. Now I need to do the same thing to this side here. Okay, but here we have a clip. Okay, the other one I guess was missing the clip, so that clip needs to come out in order to be able to pull that thing out. But let's see if it's in the way. It's not even in the way. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll need to remove it. So now we're going to actually remove that clip, guys, because that will need to come out. So you can just get a screwdriver, okay, and gently pull it out just like that. Okay, so let's just get the clip out. Perfect. Now you just pull out a little bit and then pull the rest of the clip and it comes up. So now reverse Torx, guys. Okay, let's see which one is this one actually. So reverse Torx 18, that's what it looks like. We'll put the link in the description of the video below where you can get the tools from. So just we're going to pre-loosen this one. It comes by hand, super easy. Okay, you can see. And then we have one on top. This one, okay, let's see if we take it all the way or we just get it loose. I don't remember how they were. Okay, so we're going to inspect it. Maybe we take it all the way out. Yep, we do. Because on the BMW 5 Series, we did a timing chain replacement recently. We had to remove this and you just get them loose. Okay, you don't actually, guys. Okay. And that whole thing will come, both of them are together. Yeah, the two pieces are actually together. So we're going to see now how everything is going to come up. Perfect. Then we have just one more bolt there. If you have any specific questions, recommendations, always guys leave a comment below. And even if we don't have time immediately to make a video, many of you will help each other, I know this done. So now we can grab that, okay, and pull it out. You can see this is the brace support for the front strut towers. It's out of here now. So next guys, we're going to get, okay, let's see what we're going to get. 10mm socket now, and we're going to remove, okay, a few bolts that we have right there. Super tight, they are tight, since the little impact even cannot get them loose. So we're going to pre-loosen those. Or let's see. Perfect. And then we can actually go ahead, or maybe our impact was on getting them tight. Perfect. Then we have one more over there. Careful not to drop them. Amazing. 3 are out. Now we need to come on this side. We have here actually 4 guys, from what I can see. We have one over here that we need to remove. Okay, let's see if we will be able to get that okay, that seal out. Great, one is out. 3 more. Okay, we will probably need to remove the brake vacuum line. We'll see in a second if it's in the way. To make sure we don't break it, correct? So now we're going to open that cap, make sure we don't have anything there. Okay, and it looks like this thing slides out here. On the other side it may need to be lifted up. Okay, and the lower the windshield cowl trim piece, also known as engine trim, is out, guys. You can see like that, and we have so much work to so much place to work on that BMW now. So it's out. Before you start, you will be working with fuel, so you need to avoid spark, guys, because you can catch yourself on fire. Also BMW, guys, it has a self-priming system, and what that means, if you remove the fuel pump, it may detect low fuel pressure, or when you open your door, or every so many minutes, the fuel pump will activate and pump fuel, and it can spray fuel on you, on your car, and you can catch on fire. You have a fire extinguisher on place and disconnect the car battery, so that way the fuel pump will not work and you will not have spark. On these vehicles, guys, modern vehicles, it really matters which battery terminal you disconnect first, positive or negative. How you know which one, positive or negative? In order, guys, okay, to avoid expensive damage, and I'm telling you that because we spent in the past $2,000 to fix a Mercedes because we didn't disconnect the car battery the correct way. And we burned an engine, we burned a computer, guys, that cost us $2,000. Guys, disconnect the car battery the correct way. We have a video on the channel, and I'll try to put the link in the description of the video below, which battery terminal to disconnect first on BMW F30. So after you do that, we need to remove the upper engine cover. Okay, and it's pretty simple. You know about your upper engine cover. If you don't know about it, we have a specific video that explains that. It just attaches to 3 spots right here. Okay, you can see, and one spot over there, and you may even have a foam piece here, insulation. Now we have the engine cover here removed because we'll be doing actually timing chain replacement on that car as well. But in the meantime, we want to show you how to remove and replace high pressure fuel pump. So you don't have to remove your cover here, but it will give you more room. If you want to see, the video will be on our channel, how to remove engine cover trim on BMW F30. We have the car battery disconnected, we have gloves, we have eye protection, fire extinguisher on the side, and this guy right here, this is our high pressure fuel pump, guys. When you remove it, you will leak some fuel out, so be prepared. Now, things that we need to do, we need to disconnect that sensor, okay, for the pump, press and disconnect, just like that. Next, guys, we need to disconnect, okay, these lines right here, okay, these fuel lines. This is the feeding line coming from the low pressure fuel pump in the fuel tank. This is the high pressure side that goes to the fuel rail and the direct fuel injection. So 17mm wrench, and we're going to go ahead and disconnect these two, okay, pretty simple. If you have any questions, recommendations, always check the videos on our channel, we may have an answer for that, or leave a comment below and we will try our best to actually make a video for your problem. If we're busy, we can get to it right away. Sometimes even when you leave a comment, I notice we're forming a really good community where people help each other in the comment section below. Perfect. Next, we're going to get a Torx, okay, this one will be Torx 40, I believe. Let's see if it's 40 or 30. Which one is this one? Torx 30. Start looking bit like this one. You can see, and it goes, okay, in these bolts over there. So let me come on this side so we can easily reach the bolts. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead, start getting those loose. And that's where the that tappet, also known as the tappet for the fuel pump, is. That could be a weak spot on those sometimes, guys. They sometimes wear out for high mileage cars. You can see it's spring loaded because it really depends on which side of the camshaft the pump stopped. Okay, second bolt coming out, perfect. Now we need to remove, okay, let's see if that thing is going to come out, this bracket. And later we need to pull the lines barely, a little bit, don't cause any damage, gently pull the pump. Now your tappet, guys, for the fuel pump, that's your fuel pump. I recommend to remove the tappet as well. Okay, it's this one right here. Sometimes they get wore out as well, always inspect them, okay. Okay, I need to pass it to somebody so I can focus quick. Okay, let me show you, that's what they look like, guys. And always inspect everything here, wipe all the dust, make sure that you didn't contaminate it. But you can see, okay, this is the pump, this is the tappet, this is the whole assembly. So we need to disconnect the cable for the Valvetronic motor. You have two clips, press here and gently pull straight up. We need to disconnect that cable. Okay, those are always fun. We need to just get a small screwdriver, or you can just pull them, okay, from the valve cover, or you can open it. Careful how you pry on the valve cover because that's a breakable cover. Perfect, that wire is out. Now we're going to remove, get the lines loose. Okay, the first thing will be to get the fuel rail lines loose. So let me see that 17mm wrench. Get this one loose. Careful not to break your sensor with the wrench. The way it slipped, you can break your sensor. Okay, you're going to leak fuel out, guys. Okay, you're going to leak fuel out probably, but since we have the pump removed already, we will minimize that, but you'll still leak some fuel out. Again, have the fire extinguisher on place. Disconnect the car battery before you start on it. and it really matters which battery terminal you disconnect and reconnect first, unless you want to damage your electrical system and spend thousands of dollars on repairs, guys. So you can see now I recommend to use gloves, eye protection as well for that part, due to the fact that you're working with fuel and you don't want that on your hands. Great. Now next step, we're going to remove 4 more bolts right here that hold that fuel rail to the valve cover. That's what's going on next. So let's do that. This one will be with 8, I believe. It's a reverse Torx size 8. So let's go ahead and see. Yep. They're just screws, not even bolts. Pretty simple. Okay, comes out. Great, just like that. Alright, removing these ones now. Perfect. Now, be careful, don't do what I do. They will be stuck. Great, you grab it. And now we need to pull the fuel rail up carefully. Don't put anything, dirt or stuff like that in the fuel injectors because you will damage them. This is your complete fuel rail assembly out of the BMW, came out just like that. Now, with that being said, let's explain what we need to do now. We're on the back side of your engine. Okay, and this is the pump right here. You will first need to disconnect. Okay, the first step will be to actually disconnect. Okay, right here you need to disconnect the line. So you have 2 places for that vacuum line where you need to press and pull it out. Okay, one is here, one is 180 degrees. Press towards each other, it will release 2 teeth, one here, one there, and just pull it out. Now, I removed one of the bolts, guys. I removed one of the bolts, so I want to show you what it looks like. This is the bolt. You have 3 of them that hold the pump in place. You will notice that we don't have the fuel system in place. That's because we'll be doing a timing chain replacement, but you don't need to remove fuel pump or anything like that. Just the upper engine cover and the fuel bay, the engine bay trim, excuse me. You will need to get a Torx 40 short socket, okay? Or if that doesn't work, get just the bit itself and get, guys, a 1/4 inch wrench, and you can just use that to get the bolts loose. Otherwise, okay, it's not going to work out. So what I already did, I got, guys, okay, one of the bolts out. I'll remove the other 2 and we'll show you where everything is located. So I got one already loose, guys, as I told you. I'm gonna get the T30 and I'm going to try to attempt. Okay, excuse me, you might hear a little bit of static. That's because my microphone just fell. But okay, I'm just removing the second bolt now, guys. Okay, second bolt is going to come out soon, and we're going to remove the 2 bolts that we still have left, and we will continue, guys, with the next step because there is no need to waste your time just watching me removing 2 bolts. So I removed one, guys, before. I removed the second one. Now I'm working just on the 3rd one. This is the last bolt. Okay, but there is this one is easily to reach on this side. The other one, the second one that I removed, was really hard to reach, so you're gonna damage your hands a little bit. If you have smaller hands, you are doing better. That's the 3rd bolt that came out. Okay, right there. Now I'm going to grab the pump and let's see. You just need to move it a little bit. And it comes out, guys. This is your brake vacuum pump. Okay, right here you can see this is the whole pump. Okay, you can see, and it just came out like that. So that's what it looks like when you install it. Okay, I just leaked oil here. You need to position everything that goes in the in the camshaft, the intake camshaft. And those are the 3 bolts that we removed. 1, 2, 3. if you look at them on this side, you can kind of see where they are. The pump sits on the engine this way, so that's where your bolts will be located, guys. So you can see just like that. So next we're going to remove the camshaft and camshaft adjusters. This is for the variable timing, guys. Okay, so we're going to get that wiring harness out of here, and those are the two sensors that we need to remove. We need to disconnect the wiring harness, and after that we need to disconnect, remove actually 2 bolts on each with reverse Torx number 6, guys. Okay, right there you can see, perfect. So we press down and gently pull it out. Okay, never ever wiggle them back and forth, just grab it with 2 fingers very firmly and pull it down. Okay, let's see if that sensor is going to come out. It may be a little bit stuck, so we need to help it with a screwdriver. You have that seal that prevents oil leaks, you can see right here. Now, if those connectors, guys, are stuck, what I would recommend, push them in first and then try to pull them out, because they may be stuck to the point that they're pulled out a little bit too much and the tooth cannot release. So you need to push them in, push on the top, and then pull them out. Just a few tricks that we learn while we working on these cars, because otherwise you keep breaking things. Those little electronic components are very, very expensive. Alright, and the second camshaft adjuster is out as well. Now we can continue with the next step and show you what we need to do. So next step, okay, the gasket for the Valvetronic motor needs to come out. So with the same tool, okay, when you get things tight, guys, you have to be extremely careful, because those are screws, they're not bolts, and you can easily strip, okay, the valve cover. So that one, it may be a little bit stuck, just turn it a little bit and it will come out. Perfect. This is the Valvetronic motor gasket out of there as well. Next, okay, let's see what we need to do. We need to disconnect all the ignition coils. Just grab the lid, that cover, and when you pull it up, it's supposed to spit the cable out, the wiring harness. But sometimes, guys, okay, it actually may get a little bit stuck. So what I recommend, while you're opening it, just grab on the connector and pull it out. Now, right here I saw something got in the injector, so let me get it out. That's why it's good to always cover things. Okay, let me get a small screwdriver quick. Okay, I got it out. Now, we need to do the second ignition coil, disconnect and pull it out the same way. Okay, they will be stuck, guys. So some of those will be stuck big time. I mean big time. Okay, now this is the third one. Okay, let me just do it here. And number 4. This one is stuck big time. So we're going to turn it a little bit and try again. Okay, perfect. Haven't been removed in a long time, guys. So, okay, that's done. Now I'm going to disconnect. Okay, is that cable holding here? Yep. You have one cable here holding. You can see. This is, okay, let me see. This is probably for the, okay, just the way I see. Let me check, but it's very likely that those are going towards the oxygen sensors. You can see one here that we'll need to disconnect now. Okay. No. Okay, let's press in, release again, try to pull it out. Perfect. And then we have one more underneath it, in that bracket. Oh, hold on now. Okay, perfect. So all that is disconnected. Next, we need to disconnect, the fuel injector. So I'm going to do that quick. We removed one of them to see how it works towards the back side. Okay, we're not showing like that. Towards the back side, you have one tooth that you need to pull out a little bit. Careful not to break it. Then you pull the connector out. Now same thing applies to number 3 and 4. Okay, perfect. Fuel injectors, wiring harness is out. So we still have 2 ground wires that we need to remove later here, and now we're going to remove that bracket. Okay, with that same little reverse Torx number 6 socket. Okay, one bolt is out. One screw, excuse me, everything is screws here, not bolts. Working on the second one now. Okay, there is more towards the back. Right here there is another one. Okay, there is another screw holding that bracket on the back side. So a little bit inconvenient. But it's doable. So this bracket will need to come out. Perfect. Okay, the only thing holding here now is the hoses for it. So we'll see, it may just stay here. We'll see if we need to pull it out, probably. Yep, we'll have to pull that one out as well. Okay, here I got stuck. Wait a minute. Okay, perfect. That bracket needs to come out. Kind of like remember how you remove things, guys. That's why it's a good thing to watch the video, because if you get stuck, you always can come back and see where things go. That way you can put them in the right place. Next, let's remove the ground wires with, what is that, 8mm socket for the, you can see here for the ignition coils. I think it's the ground wires for the ignition coils for bank 1, and well, it's only bank 1. It's 4-cylinder engine. We just worked on a 6-cylinder BMW a few days ago, so I'm still stuck a little bit on that 6-cylinder engine, but okay, so very careful not to drop that little nut. Okay, just get it loose, remove the ground wire, install it back on the thing so you don't lose it. Let's do the same thing to the other one. Okay, perfect. Great. Now guys, let's see what else we have here, what else needs to come out. Okay, right here. Okay, you have one tooth, pull it towards the back. The wiring harness will come out. Of course, you have to be gentle. Okay, towards the back. Yep, out and pull up at the same time. Okay, let me come on this side quick, so I can actually do that one. Okay, now it's loose. Just click back in. Okay, that's the whole wiring harness, guys. Okay, coming out. Now we'll flip it just towards the other side, and we don't have any wiring harness on the cylinder head now. So we have a few more wires, by the way, holding. Okay, one there. So with a small screwdriver. Okay, we're going to pull this one out. And one came loose on this side. So we're ready, guys. We're ready to remove the valve cover bolts, I think. This will just stay there, one of them. The other one, let me see. Okay, we just spilled a lot of fuel, so be careful. The other hose, you just pull it out of the mount. Fuel line, excuse me. Now we need to get a reverse Torx. That's probably number 10, 8, 10, something like that. And we need to start removing all the bolts for the valve cover. So this is the socket that we need, reverse Torx number 10. Okay, you can see how it goes on the bolts. Okay, let's see if we can remove them with a little impact. Perfect. I think they'll stay. You cannot pull them out. So we will also be doing timing chain replacement on that BMW. We have so much helpful information, guys, that can save you literally thousands of dollars. So okay, careful not to drop your tooth, guys. We'll need to actually get probably the ratchet there. Okay, with the, okay, let's see if it's in. Yeah, it's in, but I don't think we'll work with that extension. We need to get a shorter extension for that bolt there because it's in an angle and it's hitting in that box over there. Alright, so we're ready to continue, guys. We found the short extension, so it should work out great now. Removing that bolt. Now we have to remove that cable. That's a big positive cable. Okay, pull it out of there. Perfect, put it on the side. Later you need to reconnect everything, guys, don't forget. Now we have more bolts that we need to actually go ahead and remove. And that's not gonna work with the extension, with two extensions, only with one. So a few of them are inconvenient and a few are super easy to get to, so it really depends, guys. The ones towards the back, you can see when we remove that engine bay covering, we can get so much room on the back, otherwise it's impossible to do that without removing it. So let's see if we can do some with the impact, save us a little bit of time now. Okay, perfect. What about the other one towards the back there? Yep, this one too. Oh, you missed one. Right there. And one here. Now we are going to see if actually we removed all of them, okay, before we continue. So we have some covers here that we'll be using on the fuel injector so we don't get them dirty, guys, okay. We don't want to contaminate them, so we'll just put a few covers here and see if that's going to keep them clean. Okay, perfect. Let's get the thing that just dropped here because we'll be wondering what that one is later. Okay, so that being said, I think we are loose everywhere. So now it's a matter of getting that thing loose, guys, okay, without breaking it. So you have to be very careful not to break your cover, guys. You get a screwdriver and gently come on the tabs, okay, and try to get that thing to come loose, okay, because the gasket actually will be stuck, guys, to the cylinder head. Even if it's a leaking gasket, it'll still be stuck. So yeah, go figure that. So we're going to go ahead. You have to be careful not to break your Valvetronic motor. Okay, no, careful, very careful. Everything is expensive, guys. So valve cover came out, okay, you can see, just like that. So guys, this is the gasket now. Let me explain quick before we start. Okay, you have, guys, the outside gasket, okay, right here, and you have another gasket, a set of gaskets, actually two, around the spark plugs and the fuel injectors here. So how you remove that gasket? Okay, you start it on one side, okay, check it out. Okay, and you start pulling it out, guys. Okay, you start pulling it out. You want to clean everything under the gasket really good. Make sure it's clean, everything, okay. Some of the bolts may start coming loose at that point when you remove the gasket because it's not holding them, but that's fine. Okay, you can later install them, okay, perfectly fine. And you can see the gasket is just going to come all the way out. And you do exactly the same thing to the interior gasket as well. You can see putting it together practically in reverse order. We took it apart. We're waiting on our new one. I'll put the link in the description of the video below. It should come this afternoon. And practically everything is in reverse order. We took it apart. So hopefully the video will be helpful to any of you having an oil leak from a valve cover gasket. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel for more help, and see you guys next time.